Imagine being the head of the CIA, one of the most secure organizations in the world, and having your email hacked, not by a rival nation, but by a group of teenagers. Sounds unbelievable, right? In the crisp autumn of 2015, a 15-year-old hacker, known only by the alias Kraka, and his group Crackers with Attitude, made this seemingly outlandish scenario a reality. Their target was none other than John Brennan, the then head of the CIA. But why, you may wonder, would a group of teenagers take on such a daring cyber challenge? Their motivations were deeply rooted in politics. They held a burning desire to protest US foreign policies, particularly those concerning the Middle East. But their ambitions didn't stop there. They also sought to expose government surveillance and corruption. The group's audacious actions included hacking into Brennan's personal email and even going as far as to harass him and his family with prank calls. The fallout was significant. The CIA found itself in a state of embarrassment, grappling with unexpected financial damages. The methods employed by these youthful hackers varied. They exploited publicly available information, and they displayed a cunning knack for social engineering tactics. Through their actions, they shed light on the sobering truth. Even high-ranking officials are vulnerable to cyber attacks. Despite their tender years and a penchant for recreational drug use, these hackers were fueled by a potent sense of activism. They harnessed their technical skills to challenge authority, igniting public discourse on pivotal issues like privacy and government accountability. This was just the start of a series of events that shook the cyber world and questioned the security of even the highest-ranking officials. As we delve deeper into this story, we'll uncover more about the world of teenage activism and cyber warfare. The unexpected attack on the CIA's John Brennan was a wake-up call for many, and a stark reminder of the power of the hacker. So, how did a group of teenagers manage to outsmart the security measures of the CIA? This question might be lingering in your mind, right? Well, let's unravel the mystery of their modus operandi. These young activists, led by the 15-year-old Kraka, didn't rely on high-tech supercomputers or sophisticated hacking tools. Instead, they exploited the most basic and often overlooked aspect of security: human error. Their main weapon was the art of social engineering, a method of manipulation that exploits human psychology rather than technical hacking techniques. Imagine receiving a call from your phone service provider asking to confirm your identity for a routine security check. That's exactly what these hackers did. They impersonated tech support staff from companies like AOL and Verizon, tricking the unsuspecting victims into revealing their personal information. But that's not all. They also exploited publicly available information. In our digital age, a wealth of information is readily accessible, and with a little digging, these hackers could find just about anything they needed. They scoured online directories, social media platforms, and public records to gather intel on their targets. Once armed with this information, they could bypass security questions, reset passwords, and gain access to their targets' email accounts. From there, it was a treasure trove of sensitive data at their fingertips, including personal emails, contacts, and even classified documents. Most shocking of all was the ease with which they executed their attacks. It showcased a glaring vulnerability in our security systems, a weakness that could be exploited by anyone with a keen understanding of human psychology, a little technical know-how, and a whole lot of audacity. The methods used were simple but effective, proving that sometimes the biggest threat can come from the most unexpected places. So the next time you're on a call with tech support or asked to provide personal information, remember the tale of these teenage activists. Because as they've shown us, not all hackers wear hoodies in a dark room. Sometimes they're just teenagers with a point to prove. Behind the screens and codes, who were these teenagers and what drove them to such audacious actions? This question brings us to the heart of our story, the motivation behind the hacks. The Crackers with Attitude, despite their youthful years, had a maturity and a sense of purpose that went beyond their age. As we delve into their lives, we find a group of teenagers led by 15-year-old Kraka. They were not your average adolescents, far from it. Instead of focusing on typical teenage pursuits, they were engrossed in the world of codes and algorithms, deciphering the language of the digital age. Their initiation into the world of hacking wasn't just driven by curiosity or the thrill of the chase. It was fueled by a profound sense of activism, a burning desire to challenge the authority and the status quo. Their recreational drug use, often highlighted in the media, was just a side note in their story, a deviation, not the crux of their narrative. It was their driving sense of activism that took center stage, propelling them into a world of cyber warfare. They used their technical skills not just to exploit system vulnerabilities, but to ignite public discourse on issues like privacy and government accountability. Their targets were not chosen randomly. They aimed for the highest echelons of power, exposing the vulnerabilities of those entrusted with our safety and security. Their actions were bold, audacious, and impactful. They exposed the underbelly of systems believed to be impenetrable, demonstrating that no one was beyond reach in the digital age. But why, you may ask, would these teenagers risk so much for a cause? The answer lies in their belief in the power of the digital age. They understood that in this era of interconnectivity, even a group of teenagers could make a global impact. Their actions were not just about causing chaos or seeking personal fame. They were about sparking a conversation, making people question, and challenging the seemingly unchallengeable. Their actions were a testament to the power of the digital age, where even a group of teenagers can make a global impact. They were not just hackers, they were activists of the digital age, crusaders for a cause they believed in. The story of Crackers with Attitude serves as a stark reminder of the era we live in. A time when a band of teenagers, armed with nothing more than their computers and a cause, could shake the foundations of one of the world's most powerful intelligence agencies. Their motivations were rooted in protest, driven by a desire to challenge US foreign policies, and to expose government surveillance and corruption. Their methods, a complex mix of exploiting publicly available information and cunning social engineering tactics, laid bare the vulnerabilities of even the most secure systems. The impact of their actions reverberated beyond the immediate embarrassment and financial damages inflicted on the CIA. It sparked a global discourse on issues like privacy, government accountability, and the power of the digital age. In the end, it wasn't just about hacking the CIA, it was a wake-up call to the world about the importance of cybersecurity and the power of activism in the digital age.